This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Domain.com. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Ask the Buffalo. I'm your host, John Rettinger, the show where you can ask me any question you want from the world of technology. Up this week, it's upcoming smartphones, a little bit about how you can get started on YouTube. Our first question comes from @TechNewsUK, who asks, @John4Lakers, were you surprised at how revealing @ATT and @T-Mobile's leaks of the Galaxy S6 were? And what are your thoughts on that curved display? So T-Mobile and AT&T both put out leaks that said, and I quote, "sex appeal," that showed a side profile shot with the curved part of the phone illuminated in both magenta and blue for the colors respectively. And that's all we know so far about the Galaxy S6, at least officially. So what we can tell from that picture, it looks like it's going to have a metal back and some sort of curved display. The curve doesn't look as pronounced as the Galaxy Edge. But since they said sex appeal, Galaxy S6, presumably you can feel that that is the Galaxy S6 and not a new Galaxy Edge that they might release. So it looks like we are getting curves, we are getting metal on the Galaxy S6. If we can only get rid of all that TouchWiz blower, which is also a rumor floating around, Samsung might just release the perfect smartphone. But of course, we will know very soon at Mobile World Congress, which we'll be covering. So of course, check out the site for the rest of that news. This is a question I get quite a bit from folks that want to get on YouTube. @JoanTheBoss24 asks, @John4Lakers, what is a good YouTube startup camera? The answer I always give people is don't spend a lot of money. If you've got a phone in your pocket that can shoot 1080p video and has a 3.5mm headset jack, that's all you need. Buy an external lavalier mic you can just plug on into that, and you're pretty much good to go as far as I'm concerned. 1080p video is going to be fine. If you just want to get started, you want to learn the nuances of being on camera, you want to learn how to speak in front of a camera, I'm going to start putting up videos. Almost all smartphones now are close to as good as cameras were just a few years ago. So I wouldn't worry about investing in that. Invest in other things that you think you might need. But just use your phone and find a nice little tripod mount and you're good to go. You take a quick second to thank our friends at Domain.com. I've had that idea for a new website. Maybe it was a .com or .net. Time to think next gen and get yourself a .ninja, .expert, or .club. If you're into that type of music. Folks at Domain.com want to hook up our fans with a great offer. Save 20% on domain names and web hosting when you use coupon code TechnoBuffalo. That's one word at Domain.com's checkout. Eric Wilbon asked @John4Lakers, very simply, M9, what are your thoughts? So we've seen a ton of leaks on the HTC One M9. I do want to give the caveat that there's a rumor floating around that HTC is floating out fake leaks of their phone. But having said that, we got our first look at what we feel are probably press images of the upcoming HTC One M9. Unsurprisingly, it looks like the HTC One M8, which looked like the HTC One M7. Big changes, no more ultra-pixel camera on the back. We've got a now 20 megapixel sensor for you folks that like to do a lot of zooming and cropping. You should be pretty happy. Got rid of the big branded bar on the bottom. We've got on-screen buttons, of course, that pretty awesome boom stand. Ultra-pixel camera moved from the back to the front. Dropped a few megapixels though. It's now a 4 ultra-pixel camera, so it should give you really nice sort of selfie shots or all your conferencing shots that you might want to take. We're hearing rumors also it's going to be a 1080p screen and not a QHD. I kind of fall in both camps. I get 1080p. I'd rather have battery life, and for my money, a good QHD screen doesn't look that much better than a good 1080p screen, but I also get if it's going to be a flagship phone for the next year, you want to have those cutting edge features, and if the competition is already offering that, maybe you're starting already at a step behind. Snapdragon 810, 3 gigs of RAM, rest of the stuff that you would expect from a new flagship phone. Of course, the new version of Sense with Android Lollipop on board. I've been a big fan of Sense as far as the skins go. I guess you got to call them custom UIs. From the manufacturers. So I think we're looking at a really sweet phone, of course, that pretty badass and baller HTC build quality. With all these new smartphones coming from Mobile World Congress, presumably we're on the dawn of the LG G4 2, the Galaxy S6, HTC One M9. So for a cool upcoming thing we want to do in future videos, I want to feature some of your comments. So what smartphone feature are you most excited about in the next phone you're going to pick up? Is it QHD screens, is it 3 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 810, native Android, whatever it is, leave in the comments down below. I'll pick one or two in the next upcoming Techno Buffalo video. I'll put it up there and we can have a conversation about it. Again, thank you guys for watching. Of course, we'll have a ton of Mobile World Congress coverage coming at technobuffalo.com. Till then, I am John Rettinger. Talk to you guys next video.